In case you've been sleeping under a rock, Bjergsen is back in the mid lane. He's done. He's through with TSM. His new home is Team Liquid, the starting mid lane for the 2022 split. And as soon as this was announced, people are kind of questioning it. Does this man still have what it takes to compete at the top level? He took a year off. Who knows? Well, Bjergsen not one to shy away from a challenge, guys. As soon as it was announced, he made his way over solo trip to Korea to grind solo queue. Respect, get out of NA, get out of that NA solo queue mindset and straight to Korea to get his mechanics back up to par. He arrived 9 days ago. He's played 150 games in 9 days. This guy is grinding master tier 50 LP, guys. Today, we're going to jump onto the Rift, break down one of his most recent games, and see, does this man still have what it takes to win the LCS and go to Worlds? Just before we hit the Rift today, gentlemen, today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. They're doing an insane Black Friday deal, 84% off plus 4 months for free. Use the code word Midbeast VPN. If you're going to encrypt your data online, stay safe, stay private, or even trying to spice up your entertainment. You know, if your Netflix is getting stale, you can go across VPN. You can get US Netflix, EU Netflix, things like this, guys. I'll put a link in the description down below. Go and sign up. And if there's one thing that gets me going, boys, and I don't know about you guys as well, but it's like when these top level, like these goats of their sports, whether it be like Faker, Bjergsen, or if you like to other traditional sports like LeBron or like Tiger Woods or someone, it's like when they get to the top level, man, these athletes have a different mindset. Like Cristiano Ronaldo and stuff, they keep grinding at the top. They don't get complacent. And someone like Bjergsen, dude, he makes a comeback to pro play. Instead of just chilling in NA, he goes straight to Korea, grinds games out. He's learning new champions. He's not trying to hardcore climb. He's just taking game by game, playing action, playing Vex, learning the new mechanics in the game, and slowly making his way up. People are kind of memeing him, being like, oh, he doesn't have that good win rate. He failed his promos or something. Like, dude, I just love it. It really just, it motivates me so much when you see players like this still going at it after such a long career. And here he is in Korea, master tier. I'm wondering how high he's going to be able to climb. I would be so stoked if he can hit challenger. I don't know how long he's staying. I don't know what his plans are. If he just kind of wants to keep on learning new champions or grind for the high elo. No idea. But right now playing the Tryndamere mid with the lethal tempo. Tryndamere, Yone, champion Aurelia with this lethal tempo right now are super broken. And Bjergsen testing it out. This Vex mid. Pretty hard matchup. I think Tryndamere is great for every elo at the moment. You have to be careful when playing into these majors in the early game, especially Vex with Electrocute Ignite. Just don't die early, sustain it out, wait for your ganks. As soon as you hit level 6, you have that inbuilt GA, run at them, get their summoners, and you can start to kill them. As you look at this Sedge, flanking behind, puts the slow in, looking to get a kill. And he gets that kill over on the Vex. Not first blood, but 300 gold nevertheless. And if there's one thing about Bjergsen that I really do enjoy, I don't think he's like, he's mechanical, sure. He has great macro, shot calling, all that type of stuff. I think if like, he just has a great stat board all around. And the one thing that I really appreciate about him, and I've been watching Bjergsen since, dude, season 3. I essentially went from Diamond to Challenger, watching only Bjergsen VODs in the morning, and then I'd play 10 to 15 Syndra games at night, the rest of the day. Bjergsen carried me to Challenger in my first ever, like in my first grind. And the one thing that I noticed differently that he did was just, he was so consistent. He played every laning phase exactly the same. He played every game exactly the same. And I just think that by doing this and not, I'm not saying not trying new things. I'm just saying, oh my god, that ward spot's at the base. I'm just saying, like, he just has such a sure play style, man. I've been playing a lot of golf recently, and it's just like, I see these pro golfers with the same setups, that they get the same hit every single time, nice and crisp, and that's why they're pros. They're so consistent. I just think that's why Bjergsen has such a nice style for pro play. Solo queue, he's never been like a high solo queue ranker. He's just kind of been in the middle of it. Similar to Faker, I guess. Now, people have compared his playstyle to Faker's, but when you watch from their POV, completely different, by the way. Faker probably has double, triple Bjergsen's APM and inputs in the game, whilst Bjergsen's inputs are usually a lot more efficient, a lot less clicks, a lot more calm, collected, and focused. As we go for the first base of the game. Maybe Zerka Greaves pick up, I'm wondering. Does get the Zerka Greaves, beautiful. Refillable potion. Not able to... Oh, yeah. Perfect back. Gets the refillable. Gets the control ward. And I mean, look, Team Liquid's roster, you have Bwipo, Santorin, Bjergsen, Hansama, Core JJ. If NA ever had a hope, it is now. And I know people are going to meme. They're going to say, Team Liquid out of groups, you know, the 3-3, they're not going to make it out. Like, dude, next year, Team Liquid's year. Let's just say that. Let's see what can happen. Let's see what can get done. I definitely think this roster has some potential. And mate, if I could get Faker versus Bjergsen or something like that at Worlds, I'd be a happy chappy. As we get level 6, move into the river, into the top lane. I always say this, man, you hard shove the wave in. You really, there's such clear-cut pathways to decision making. You hard shove a wave, it's either, can you get plates? If their answer is no, it's can you roam? If you can't roam, okay, I have no time. I do a jungle camp or I base to spend my gold to get an item to put more advantage on the map next time I'm out in there. Like, it's as simple as that. We roam a top lane, get the kill, spin out. We'll pick up these waves. And honestly, you could go for a lane swap for a couple of minutes here. Let's see what they do. I feel as though Gwen should run mid. Bjergsen should shove this wave plus the next, and then they'll look for the swap back. Let's see the macro. Because you don't want the Tryndamere into the Jax. 40 to 13 CS. Look at it top lane. Holy crap. Pure. What the hell happened to this Gwen? Poor girl. This, this setup. And now we'll look for the reset. What do you reckon the buy is? You have Gale Force. I mean, there was that period of time where they're doing Gordrink at Tryndamere. I don't see anyone doing the Gordrink at Tryndamere anymore. It's usually the Gale Force or the Kraken. Gale Force, usually some extra mobility. Probably the way to go in this matchup. Get out of the Jax E. Get away from the Xin Zhao. Another thing that's interesting for NA, and I don't know if this is going to change anything, but they have plans to make an NA super server. So they're going to make a separate server for high-elo NA players where they'll have this, because right now the servers in NA are in Chicago. So a lot of the pros have 50 to 60 ping from LA because that's where the teams are based. That's where LCS is. It's very hard to play at 50 and 60 ping and be motivated to improve. And that's where people think that China and Korea have the advantage, or even EU. Like, you have low ping, very high competitive solo queue. In NA, high ping, low competitive solo queue. And you got a lot of streamers, a lot of one tricks that completely ruin it. So I think they're going to make this super server high elo only. Probably can't be a streamer or a one trick. And they're going to keep it very competitive, low ping. And is that going to change NA? Is that going to allow these up and coming NA players to really develop? I don't know. It's going to take, things like that take a lot of time. Is there enough time in the game? I don't know. 5, 10 years down the track, is this game still kicking? These are questions I don't have the answers for. Stop asking. No idea. But I mean, I hope NA can make it a lot more competitive. More competitive game is always better for the viewer experience. Shove. Roam. Nothing able to be picked up. And I did not think Bjergsen would ever leave TSM. For those that didn't know, Bjergsen had part ownership of TSM. He had some type of equity and like investment into TSM. Not sure how it works. I think you'd have to sell that equity to be able to play for another team. Otherwise, like, it wouldn't make sense that you have money in a team and you're playing against them. And by you beating them, that company makes less money. Like, I'm guessing he sold it off or whatever. So hopefully got a good chunk for that. But I just never thought he'd do it. Absolutely gobsmacked. He's out. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, Bjergsen done. Is Faker thinking about leaving T1? No. Faker, I think he's going to start and finish his career on T1. I'm pretty certain of that. Allegedly, $7+ million contract for Faker, probably the biggest in esports. Congrats. Well deserved. The thing about Faker is that a lot of his value, you can't just look at his value as a player. You got to look at him as a brand for the team. Faker is probably one of the most popular athlete, or even popular people in Korea, right? Maybe one dude. No, he wouldn't be, but but he'd be like top 5 or something. It's crazy. Everyone, whenever I go to Korea and I mention Faker, everyone knows who he is. On my Tinder profile, I have a picture of me and Faker, and I tell you what, great opener. I'm like, everyone know, even like even girls. Like, girls in Australia, I say faker, I say doper, and trust me, I say them a lot. Nothing. They have no idea. Who? Come on. Anyways, roaming down in the bot lane. Spin. Beautiful. Do we heal? Nice. 5-0, 10 minutes in. 9 CS per minute. Having a great game. Reminder, D1 Masters in Korea here. This is probably translating to, like, I always say, like, Masters 0 LP Korea is probably, you're looking at GM to Challenger in NA, and probably just GM, like mid to high GM in EU West. That's kind of where I think the translation is. A lot of these players, specifically in D1 and Masters in Korea, are actually as mechanical as a lot of the challenges in other regions. You can't really like mechanics gap a lot of them. It comes down to the decision making against these players, because they're just so blood hungry and mechanical, but sometimes their decisions are pretty bad. And that's where you can make your advantages rather than just killing them in lane over and over. That's what I found anyway. My 3 career trips. Looking to make a 4th next year. Pretty excited. Might get the rematch against you know who. Not sure what he's doing. What is Doper going to be doing? Meant to be joining the military service, but every time people say that, it just keeps getting stalled. They're not pulling up his number.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh yeah, what is it? 2k gold advantage, yeah. Four to 10 though. Let me know down in the comments, guys. What are you thinking on the new dragons? I don't know what to really think yet. I'm not sure, man. I'm enjoying the game. I think the Hextech portals are kind of pissing me off. And there's a lot of bugs still in the game. I don't know. Not the craziest of pre-seasons, but definitely up there. I'm wondering when he's going to start side laning. Play a champion like the Tryndamere. You put your Jinx, your Lulu in the mid lane and they can CS safely, because there's like, this is what you really want to be doing, like your macro. You put your AD carry in the mid lane, because mid lane is the shortest lane, right? They can go back to their tower very safe. The jungle is going to be there. It's always kind of tight knit. You put your solo laners in the side lane, you can play much more aggressive, go a lot deeper, farm the camps. One more spin. Focuses the Xin Zhao. Gets the kill, 6-0. Beautiful performance here so far for Bjerg. Hopefully a dragon set up for this edge. And man, there's so much time off in preseason. It's crazy. There was one year where I swear we only had 1 month of preseason and then ranked. I did rank started back on December or something. But nowadays it's like, it's so long. It's like almost 2 months or something. It's bloody crazy. I understand why they do it, because they want to start it up back when like all the players got to have Christmas off, all that type of stuff. So I understand it, but my life feels numb when the rank doesn't really matter too much. Rank still matters. It's very important, but this doesn't feel the same. We'll have enough for the Gale Force here, hopefully. Just off Vex. Vex is very strong right now, by the way. Vex is doing well. Victor doing very well. Zoe doing decent. And then these AD, these Bruiser type. I don't know. Ooh, Vex going in. We don't have ultimate. We don't have ult. Vex, no flash. We're out. Thank God. Objective bounty's coming up. Wait, dude. Chill. Got no healing, son. I mean, he does have Q, I guess. And he has a red buff. Okay, he has a lot of healing. Get behind up. Does she greed for another wave? Indeed she does. Bjergsen, no ghost. Gets 1 auto. Need the auto for the... Yeah, there you go. Get the slow. You're done. How disgusting is Tryndamere. And in lower elos, guys, you'll pick off idiots in the side lane just like that. Time after time again, even when you're super fed. They'll just walk up and give you free kills. I don't know why they do it. I can't explain it. I feel as though a lot of players just alt-tab and they're like, oh, I'm just going to walk out here. God, dude, is that necessary to give me a heart attack like that? We'll grab the tower. Spin out. Got flash. We have ultimate. Gwen. Sorry, Karma. Karma? Are we going to waste ult? Ultimate? Ghost? Crit? Yes. 1,000 gold over to the Ezreal. 3k gold lead. 3.7k. Almost 4k. Got the Gale Force with the Quick Blades now. Coming over looking at the gold. Okay, not looking at the gold. Wondering how much of a lead he has onto the Vex, who's gone Crown of the Shattered Queen. Not really sure how I feel about that. You're so far behind at this point. And nowadays, there should be no grouping. He should just be permanently running it down a side lane. I reckon... What do you reckon Bjergsen's plan is? He probably will want to go home for Christmas to see the fam. I'm guessing he'll stay in Korea until like mid-December, December 15, and then go back, visit his fam in EU, or in Denmark. Probably play EU server for a bit. Then definitely play the, hopefully definitely play the EU server for a bit, and then probably fly back over to NA before the split starts. That would be my guess for what he would do, but only time will tell. 167 farm at 16 minutes, 10 CS per minute on track. Great CSing champion, Tryndamere. Very, very simple. Look at that. Jax picks up the objective bounty. No ghost, no flash. Looking for another spin, has ultimate. Ezreal makes his way out. And this is a little bit awkward. Are we able to get anything? Gets one, but he's not able to get two. And that's another shutdown over. And it's only 1.5k gold now. For red side. This is... I mean, you have a Jinx Lulu. You have Lulu with a... I mean, I think that Bjerg's team comp is actually pretty good. Oh no, Jax eats a bounty. How is Jax? Jax is worth a shutdown here. That's what I'm talking about. These objective bounties are absurd. These objective bounties are absolutely disgusting for comeback mechanics. I don't even think early leads really mean anything, especially as the lower elo you go, when teams don't know how to close out. It's probably advantageous to get behind in the early game. Like, just stack them up a lead, play a late game scaler, and then just eat all the objective bounty and watch them mentally deteriorate. I could keep a little bit of banter in all chat. They will implode. And I'm still waiting on the specific numbers for average game time. It's alleged they're up, but like I just want to see. I want to see exactly the numbers. The data. Give me the data, please. Wood's over. Careful for the Vex. Careful. Done. Zin's out. Puts the smite down. Bjergsen making his way out. Jumps over. Vex still on the hunt. Zins. We got the sorry. Don't. No, we do have the ghost. Don't proc it though. Really healthy mobility here. Please take the red from the Jinx. Oh, what a guy. What a guy. I love to see a greedy player. Not even greedy, I just love to see a... he just ghosted, but it's the Lulu speed. Confident player taking all the resources. A lot of the time in the game... Yeah, I'm going to ignore that. A lot of the time in the game, man, you just got to say... People sometimes are scared to take everything to carry. They're like, oh, you take some of the gold so I don't have to solo carry. Sometimes, man, you got to step up and be like, I'm the guy. You give me the gold, I'm the guy to carry. I will carry. You give me this resource, I will carry. You need to be confident like that, man. I'm taking the gold, I'm going to carry this. You don't be nervous, dude. Fully commit. Sometimes, at the end of the day, you're going to take everything, say I'm going to carry, and you won't carry. That's just sometimes what happens. But you can't be a guy that is scared to carry. Is scared to be the one to step up and make the play. make the quarterback last second pass. Like sometimes, guys, that's going to have to be you. Don't be too anxious about it. Just run it. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the hunt. We have Ghost. We have Gale Force. We have a lot of spins. Let's see. Ghost procced. Karma Q landed. Flash, Gale Force, Karma W not going to land. Speeding out. A little bit of a pause. And he does make it out. Unfortunately, lost sound on this spectate, guys. These spectate files are so goddamn buggy. But we're looking pretty. 9-2-1 here. The lo-fi playing in the background. I mean, honestly, I reckon one more team fight into a Nash and they're going to be able to take it. Jinx looking very fed. Our only problem is a fed Jax with his little troll pole at the front line. The auto attackers like Jinx and Tryndamere can't do too much. You have to play it on that cooldown. Fortunately, Tryndamere cooldowns on the E is just 0 almost at this point. Gets the polymorph. Bjergsen, he just gets the crit. Kills the Jax. Hunting for more. Hits the W slow. Still has the ultimate. As Gwen decides, I will frontline. I'm making my way in. Bjergsen looking to follow up now. Looking to get the Vex. Any lucky crits? Just gets the crit onto the Vex. Goodbye, sweet prince. As the Ezreal. Jesus Christ, that Ezreal damage. Bjergsen? Did he think he had Q? Or did he think he had lifesteal? He literally just suicided to the... He just suicided to the wolves. Watch this. Look, his Q's up and fight. Okay, well. I think sometimes, guys, you have that just urge. And Bjergsen gives in and dies to the wolves. Team able to collect the Ezreal, though, thankfully. Definitely do not do Baron Nashor, lads. 4k gold lead here for red side. 5-0-13 on the Sedge. Respect that hustle. Imagine being such a sicko that you decide you're going to play Sedge jungle to climb. That's a sweat that even I could not do, I don't think. Oh, I could do it. But I'd have no respect for... I mean, I don't have respect for myself to begin with, so... Ignore that. And... Just trying to think. Is there going to be any team in the LCS that can match Team Liquid's roster? Who is looking the strongest? C9 is kind of going with like a recruitment situation with some Koreans. I don't even know TSM's full roster now. Jack's looking for the 2v1 play in the bot lane. I'm pretty sure Gwen can snip him up. Thank you very much. Welcome to the doctor's office. And you see Bjerg splitting up into the top side of the map. Please, Lulu, do not die. There you go. Jinx Rocket hits. Sedge, don't give shutdown. 6-0-13. Bjergsen looking for the flank. Look at the minimap. Looking in the river here. He doesn't have any summoners. That's the only problem. You got to spin on and hopefully don't get feared. Trying to get those autos. Here we go. Crit. Crit. Absolutely slaughter the Vex. Now all eyes are on the Karma and then the Zin's out. He's in. Hits the slow. Ultimate. Looking to check the Zin's out first. Has the Gale Force. There you go, son. Looking to get one more. Bang. Boom. Double kill over to Bjerg. 14-3. And people saying he doesn't have it. He doesn't have what it takes. Gwen. Shut down to the Ez. Very well, actually. Korean solo queue is a different beast. In my opinion, my most pleasurable server to play... My most pleasurable server to play on is EU West. I think Korea overall is a high skill level, but the games are super uncontrollable, unpredictable. The players' mentals, their toxicity levels, and people think that EU's toxic, but dude, Korea's on a different level. It's not the words they use, it's the attitudes and the way they play. They will just simply sell all their items, stop playing the game. If you do one bad thing to cross them, if they have a player from a a different. Sometimes like the Chinese and the Korean players really clash. Like, I don't know, man. Just EU's toxic, and I know there's like a lot of stigma around EU toxicity, but sometimes EU players will say very not mean things to me, but they'll keep playing. Maybe they'll keep playing and we'll win the game. In Korea, sell items, done. And that is just not on. Very frustrating when you lose 4 or 5 games in a row because of that. You're playing your absolute heart out to climb on the hardest server to climb on. As he's got an IE now, Jesus Christ. Absolutely launching it. This poor Vex, 1-7-3. In the comments down below, what rank do you think Bjergsen will get in Korea and peak? I don't know if he can hit Challenger. Korea is a different beast, and Bjerg's never been that good of a solo queue climber. I reckon he hits GM like 500 LP or so before he has to go home. That's my guess. Let me know in the comments down below if you think he's going to do better or worse. I remember there was a time where Caps went to Korea to do a similar thing, and he literally didn't even, like, he just sat in D1 spamming games the whole time with 15 deaths and 15 kills every game, limit testing. He just, he doesn't care what people thought of his rank, of anything. He's just like, I'm going to go to Korea and just battle it out in the absolute shit show Diamond 1 games. And Caps notorious for 0 fucks in solo queue. Look at Bjerg. Look at Bjerg. He's trying to look for the flank behind. Makes his way in. Gwen gets the kill onto the Ezreal. Hits the slow onto the Xin. He'll just take that free kill. Run it down mid. 27 minutes in the game. Jinx making her way in. Honestly, red side comp is superior. Vex, nice little pop. Doesn't land the ult though. Yoinks the big chicken. Makes his way out. Absolutely scrumptious. Cheers for that. You can see how that Gale Force just gives you that extra little oomph that you need sometimes when you're playing Tryndamere when you have no E cooldown. And they don't really have an ending condition. It's a double inhib into a reset call. And then now you can really set up. I would probably set up into, you're gonna be thinking of what you're doing after this. I would usually set it up into Tryndamere in the side lane and then 4. Maybe you could do a 3-1-1. Or you could just do a 4-1 where the Tryndamere is like bot, and then the rest of your team's topside looking to make our way onto that inhibitor. Coming out of base with the reset. Look at his build, man. He's finished that PD, has the control ward, sets up, finds the Gwen. Why do I keep thinking Vex is Gwen? They're same, like, if you look at their icons, I always mix them up. They're similar to that, like, they're similar coloring. Anyways, pops the Ghost. Absolutely demolishes the poor doll. What did she do wrong? 16 kills in. Not 10 CS per minute, but these solo queue games known to be really fiestery. And we are still making our way in. Nice pick. Still have the flash. And the Jinx just absolutely slaughters. They'll run straight down mid here for the dub. They need if they get a minion wave, they're going to be able to end. Jax makes her way onto the Lulu. Any polymorphs? Aurelius. Bjerg. Spins. Slows. Gale Force. There you go. Now you just got to wait the E. No more E. Onto the Jax. Bjergsen. Boom, bam. 17 kills deep. Ladies and gents, I think they're just going to close out for the win. Vex just spawned. Play on that mid lane minion wave. And hopefully, guys, this is a first of many VOD reviews to come. I'm really hoping to get some really nice matchups. Bjergsen in Korea against some of these top lane, mid laners. Even against Nemesis would be a good matchup for me to review. But he's going to close out on the Nexus. Hits that ultimate. Absolutely demolishes it. Thanks for watching, boys. Check you on the next video. Until next time, peace.